Ready? Hi, caramba! Welcome back to Last Stop Sports Talk Podcast. Today's Saturday, April 11th, 2026.
I'm going to keep that in.
Please do. And here on episode 114, I think, we got our final Draft Brothers NFL Draft Rankings episode. Right?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Got the safeties to talk about today. So, this will be our 9th positional rankings episode that we got. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed them so far. And, well, I guess enjoyed them all. I guess this is the last one.
Do a little plug for next week.
Yeah.
We're putting them all together.
You're right. So, let's stay tuned for next week because we got our mock draft. Probably thinking 3 rounds. Yeah, 3-round mock draft before the NFL draft. So, you got to tune into that one. Those always get interesting.
Yeah.
Sure do. That'll be a lot of fun.
That's my favorite episode that we do.
Absolutely. It's always fun. So let's get into this one. Talk about our top 5 consensus ranked safeties for this 2026 NFL draft. We're going to start it off with our number 5, Bud Clark from TCU. He's 6'1", 188 pounds with 31.5-inch arms. In 2025, he played 11 games. He had 56 total tackles, 31 solo, 1.5 tackles for loss, 7 passes defended, 4 picks, 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumble recoveries. Keen had him 7. Carson and I had him 6.
Come on, Bud. This guy is a great coverage safety. He has route instincts to run the route for the receivers. Mm-hmm. It's like he's in the offensive huddle. He hears the route combo, and he knows exactly where the ball's going. Once he's there, he has amazing ball skills to turn and locate the ball, leap absolutely out of his shoes to go up and get it. And then he also has a top speed to keep up with and run down receivers. And he looks like, to me, a little preview for the comp, even though it's not true. He looks to me like a receiver that converted to safety. His ball skills and his ball tracking and all that is so good. And then on top of that, he's willing and able in run support, and he smoothly mirrors the ball carrier before consistently wrapping him up. He's not that hard hitter, but he's willing down there, and he'll consistently wrap up and make the tackle.
Yeah, this guy, what jumps off the screen is his ability to jump passing lanes, be a ball hawk, be a true ball hawk, and super sticky hands. There was one interception where the ball was clearly being thrown to a wide receiver who was like 10 yards behind him, and the quarterback just tried to laser it over his head, and the dude caught the ball like this and like brought it back like on the run too, like better than a lot of wide receivers that you see.
Insane.
Yeah, 15 interceptions and 21 pass deflections over his college career. And yeah, some of these passes are clearly not even aimed at him or at the guy he's covering. And also, his hips are so shifty to turn and go with such quickness. It allows him to burst out of his back pedals in any direction, so he can always be around the catch point to make a play. He's got lots of experience at slot corner, box safety, and free safety. He was a 4-year starter at TCU.
Yeah,
and I love him at free safety because I think he could become the best ball hawk. I think he could become the best ball hawk from this class.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You guys said it well. I mean, he pops off the page, no doubt about it. I love his interception totals. Really great. And just, his ball skills, like you guys have said, I completely agree with it. It's just pops off the page. It's incredibly impressive. Let's start with Colin.
Yeah, so I said he's willing and able in run support, but he doesn't crash downhill very hard, and he's not that big hitter from the safety position that you'd love to see. When he's turning to run vertical and keep up with these faster receivers, it takes him a little bit for him to get his hips around, but once the hips are around, he's good to go. And then I said he's like a wide receiver out there. Mm-hmm. I think he plays too much like he's a receiver at times, and it looks like he thinks he's on offense, and he worries too much about the ball and not enough about defending the actual receiver. So it's like he takes risks to get interceptions instead of just going for the tackle, which from a safety, I love playmakers that make a difference, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here. He'll undercut the route and try to jump out of his shoes, like I said he can, to go up and get it. But sometimes if he undercuts it too soon or it's a too perfectly thrown ball, he can't get up to it, and then it just lands perfectly in the receiver's hands for a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I also saw that he defends against the run more like a corner than he does a safety.
Yeah.
He really slows down and doesn't lower his shoulder much whenever he goes to make a tackle and run defense. It's like he just kind of lines him up, and then he's like, okay, guys, come over here and help me. Like, please, I don't want to bring this guy down on my own. 14.8% missed tackle rate throughout his college career. And I think his speed, I think if there's a straight-up foot race down the field, and if the quarterback can actually hit the wide receiver in stride, I don't think his long speed is good enough to save him at all times. I think that he's got the leaping ability, he's got the length, he's got the hands, but in the NFL where the quarterback can perfectly place a ball in the bucket over the shoulder, he's just going to be burned. And I think it makes sense why I noticed that whenever he lines up at slot corner, he's like 7 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. This guy does not want to be in your face. He just wants to lean back, watch the quarterback's eyes, make a play. And there's a place for that in the NFL. So it's not like I think that's a big con for him, but
yeah. The only thing I want to add, I don't like to knock guys too much for, but he just had some injuries that caused him miss games in 21, 22, and also in 2025, so that's a little bit concerning. But other than that, I agree with what you guys said. Let's get into comps.
Yeah, so my comp for him, and I want to say that Lance Zierlein copied me, because my comp for his ceiling is Kirby Joseph, because I remember watching Kirby Joseph back in 2022 before we started the podcast. Yeah. Kirby Joseph has what he was coming out of Illinois was a crazy ball hawk.
Yeah,
and it was like, wow, this guy can't really tackle yet. But he can read the defense or read the play and go make that play. His floor, I would say, is Jack Jones. I know Jack Jones is a corner, but let me explain. Both of these guys are DBs who take risks to try to jump passing lanes. Joseph led the NFL in interceptions in 2024 and learned how to tackle to add to his game, and now he's one of the best safeties in the league. Jack Jones, still lives or dies by the game-changing play he tries to make. He had one play, it was like 3 years ago now, where he got like picked up the week of by the Raiders, and the Raiders were like fighting and scratching to try to win a game, and he made a crazy like pick six where he just jumped a screen pass passing lane and took it to the house. And then also during that game, he got absolutely cooked. So there's good and bad to it, but I think that Bud Clark has real potential.
I actually also had Kirby Joseph right off the rip, but then I started thinking a little bit more, and I thought of one that I like just a little bit better. So with this guy's long and slender build, he's instinctive in coverage, great ball skills, slot corner, safety, versatility, ball hawk. I have him as Kalen Bullock.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yeah,
yes.
That's good, too. Our number 4, we got A.J. Halsey from LSU, 6 foot even, 215 pounds with 30 and 7/8 arms. In 2025, he played 12 games. He had 88 total tackles, 49 solo, half a tackle for loss, 4 passes defended, 3 picks, 1 forced fumble, 0 fumble recoveries. Keenan and I had him 4, and Carson had him 3.
Build-wise, this guy's on the opposite end of the spectrum of Bud Clark.
Yeah.
6 foot, 215. He's a muscle meatball, strong and thick build that runs through guys without losing any speed, which is insane. I mean, he's like a semi-truck getting in a collision with a bicycler. he might be on the brakes, but he's not slowing down. He just lowers his shoulder, runs right through him, genuinely without losing any speed sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's like sometimes, I don't know why he didn't try to slow down to like wrap up. He just runs, lowers his shoulder, and runs through.
The receiver is his brakes.
Yeah.
But even it happened tight ends too. The tight ends dropped to the ground like he got hit by a semi truck.
Yeah. This guy's like, he must have been a track runner because he is damn good at running through the line. He doesn't stop for nothing. And I said that he tackles like a middle linebacker and run support.
Definitely does.
Like Ian said, tight ends fear this guy. They know he's coming, and they either they don't know he's coming, they get blown back, or they got to give themselves up because he is a hard hitter. And then also with that size, he still has great instincts to jump into passing lanes and read the quarterback. It looks like he has the versatility to play as a downhill linebacker type safety, or sometimes he's shown that he can be / wants to be a ball hawk. And I think his instincts and ability to read the quarterback saved him in college, but I don't know how it's going to translate, but the mind is definitely there for it.
No doubt about it. I just want to add, I agree with what you said, but I want to add that I definitely love his physicality that he has. It's no doubt about it. I love a safety who can hit, who can bring the thunder whenever he's coming downhill, and he reacts and closes really quickly coming to the ball. He's just overall plays with a lot of good stuff. Good instincts. I like his control that he has. He's always in control. He obviously plays with a confidence and also with a decisiveness too. And I love all that about his game.
Yeah, I love a lot of these safeties have a lot of experience.
They do.
And I love that. As starters, even. This guy was a 4-year starter in college. 2022 was at New Mexico. 23 and 24 were at Houston, and 25 was at LSU. And over those 4 years as a starter, he racked up 347 total tackles.
Wow.
Golly.
With an 11.8% missed tackle rate over his college career.
Wait, how many?
347
That's like an average of 75 tackles a year.
from the safety position.
That's insane.
Yeah, this guy loves contact.
Goodness
Wow.
gracious.
Into the cons, I think that he lacks a good long speed to always protect over the
Yeah.
top. I don't think he could play free safety back at center field. 4.52 40-yard dash to me felt about right. So I want him to be in the box because that's where he's best. So it's not like that's a huge con to who he is as a player. I kind of noticed that I don't think his lateral agility is anything better than average. He's not the quickest when he has to shuffle laterally to line up a tackle, and when the ball carrier jukes or moves quicker laterally than Halsey can, he can almost miss the tackle. He doesn't always wrap up. Sometimes he relies on just his powerful smack to bring down the ball carrier down, to bring that ball carrier down sometimes. I think that's why he was up at 11.8% missed tackle rate over his college career. But still, that's not too bad. And I just also noticed that he's not always the best at using his arms at the catch point. He just wants to pop that receiver and knock the ball loose and not really rip it with his arms. He just just kind of goes in like a rocket and tries to hit you, and hopefully the contact and just the earthquake that he causes breaks everything loose.
Yeah, as a free safety, I said that his lack of speed limits his range.
Yep.
Then his lack of burst and his lack of change of direction limits his coverage and playmaking ability as well.
Yep.
I agree with you. Speed's the main thing. Main concern. Comps.
Cam Scatabo is a safety.
Yes. So true.
So
Both
good.
of these dudes love contact, being the creator of that contact and knocking their opponents on their asses. They sometimes truck even more than they really need to.
There might be a plate shift in the earth if AJ Halsey comes downhill to hit
my
Scatabo.
gosh, yeah.
People will die.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like what superhero movie was that where they were in Heinz Field and it split?
The Dark
Batman.
Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Batman. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
That's what it's going to look like.
I thought you were talking about that Marvel's movie where it's like the Thanos stones or whatever together. It's like
yeah.
that versus like I forget. It's a bunch of things. It's like Iron Man and like Captain America's shield and all that. It's all like
Similar idea.
See, I pictured a children's movie. I pictured Ice Age whenever the I think it might be the first one where the acorn hits the ground and cracks and like
Cracks everything. Yeah.
it's like unstoppable force meets immovable object.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
So my first comp that I kept seeing and I couldn't get away from. Now I know it's weird, but like I said, this guy is like a middle linebacker and run support. He hits so damn hard, but also his instincts let him play free safety in college and jump at passing lanes. So I see his comp as a weird mix of, I mean very weird mix, of Jamal Adams and Xavier Watts.
Ooh, what a combo.
Yeah, it's strange, but I see both of them in the way he plays. And then I tried to put it into one player. I don't love it, but just strongly built safety, lacks long speed, makes up for it in coverage, instincts, and interception production. Harder hitting Kevin Byard. Now, I don't love it, but that's the best I could put in one player because there's not many guys like this guy.
Right.
Agreed. Our number 3 consensus ranked safety, we've got Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo. He's 6'3.5", 201 pounds with 32 1/8 inch arms. In 2025, he played 13 games. He had 77 total tackles with 36 solo, 5.5 tackles for loss, 5 passes defended, 2 picks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. Carson had him 4. Keen and I both had him 3. So I'll get us going on him for this one. Right off the bat, good motor. Gotta love a guy with a good motor, and I do. I love his size. It's like your typical, man, you want a safety, this is what you want. Pretty slender, lean built, but strong, tall, long arms. Perfect. And with that size, he's able to cover like a large amount of the field. He's got a really big tackle radius. All that good stuff. I think he even does pretty well in run support, too. I love that. And he really does well near the line of scrimmage and also in the middle. And he's able to, he's rangy, I guess they'd call it, is the word I'm looking for. I like that he generated 9 career forced fumbles. That's very impressive. He can lay the big hit on ball carriers, too. And to wrap it up, I really liked his anticipation. I think he does that pretty well.
Yeah, I love him most whenever he's around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think he's like a long, fast crashing linebacker. Cody touched on the high number of forced fumbles over his college career. He uses those long arms to punch at the football really effectively. And even though I don't think he has great speed, I think he's good at maintaining his speed, bending and keeping a low center of gravity around turns to get around blockers and keep pursuing the ball carrier. Also, he lowers his head and shoots his shoulder into ball carriers like a rocket. Now, he played for the Toledo Rockets.
Ooh.
He's kind of built like a rocket with his tall and slender build.
Yeah, true.
And he tries to dive himself through ball carriers like a rocket. This
Boom.
guy is a rocket.
Rocket
Was
through
he,
and through.
Artemis or whatever that thing's name is.
Artemis?
Yes.
The second.
Oh,
Artemis 2.
the moon landing.
Yes.
There
No,
was-
Apollo second. I think it was. I don't know the
I think it was Artemis the second.
Artemis.
Or maybe Artemis 3? Artemis 2. I don't know.
I thought it was Apollo too.
No, all the Apollos.
Apollo
like,
11.
Yeah, they were at like. yeah, not the one where they wrecked. Crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
I don't think they would rename them Apollo.
No, it's Artemis too.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
Artemis too. But what was the name of the rocket? It had some different name.
Oh, was that just the name of the pod?
Oh, was it Integra?
Accurate?
I think the trip is called, like the moon trip is called Artemis 2.
Yeah.
But the name of the actual like shuttle and the rocket itself, I think it was like Integra or something like that. Something look into
Space
it.
stuff.
Okay,
yeah, well,
yeah.
do some research.
Yeah, because that
important.
needs to be. Yeah, this needs to be a nickname
This
for
is
Emmanuel
rocket talk.
Yeah, this needs to be a nickname for Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got Low Moo. We got
That ground beef, yeah.
ground beef. Of course, yeah. What were the other ones that had?
Big orange grapefruit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Grapefruit.
Yeah, big citrus. that's
Dominique grapefruit. Yeah.
Dominique grapefruit.
I also
orange,
like
big citrus.
what are the two? Peter Woods. I like him as Dick Willie.
Yeah. Or Richard William. For
Richard
fancy
Williams.
Formal name.
Yeah, formal name Richard William.
But also, this rocket has some long arms to wrap up and make some arms extended tackles when he needs to. 10.9% missed tackle rate throughout his college career. And he was a 3-year starter at Toledo.
The Rockets.
Nice.
Any updated
yeah.
rocket information?
Yeah, we need to talk about
He
rockets.
keeps saying the Orion spacecraft, but
Orion.
That sounds horrible.
oh yeah, sorry. No, they kept when I was watching the landing yesterday, the splashdown. Everybody's going crazy over
Did
it.
that happen?
Yes.
Like, did that work
Yeah.
out good?
It
I did not
It
watch that.
Worked
Okay.
out very nicely.
I should have watched it.
I
but-
thought they kept calling it, here comes the Integra or something like that. But anyways, back to the rocket guy.
Yeah.
I agree
Rocket
with everything you guys said.
Man.
Yeah. Those long arms you talked about, they're great for wrapping up tacklers, deflecting passes. And something you guys didn't really touch on real quick. I mean, maybe a little bit with the rocket, but across the middle, he has the size to stand up ball carriers, and he's an intimidating hard hitter.
Yeah.
Their receivers know are there, and if they don't give themselves up, he's going to lay them out on crossing routes. Old school style. Vontez perfect.
Oh, that's nightmare fuel.
Yes, Ken.
So it's formally called the Orion spacecraft, but the crew nicknamed this specific Orion capsule that they used for the Artemis 2 mission. They nicknamed it Integrity.
Integrity.
That's
Okay.
good. We could also just call him Elton. You know, like Elton John,
John.
Rocket Man.
Rocket
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, integrity, yeah.
Integrity. That's good. That's a good
But
nickname.
getting into Khan, Kian talked about he doesn't really think he has like the long speed, and I think his speed is very strange. So I think he lacks some explosion out of his stance to get to the play. He's not very explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the mid-range, he uses long strides that closes ground quickly.
Yeah.
But it's like he maxes out at his top speed quickly. So it's like,
Yeah.
if I could draw it on a graph, I mean, it's hard to do it here, but it's like not a lot of explosion, and then the mid-range, it's like takes off, then taps out quickly.
Nice. More
So-
rocket stuff.
So if I were to put it into motor terms for Cody, it's like
put into rocket
from
terms.
0 to 2,000, from 0 to 2,500 RPM, not a lot there. He's lacking torque.
Sure.
2,500 to 5,000, he's fast. Big power band there. Then tops out at 500 is just a flat line on the dyno.
So small turbo
Yep.
on a little motor. Because little
Too
motor.
small though, because it's not. He doesn't spool too quick. You know.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like the turbo's a little bit too big
Yeah.
for the engine, so it takes a little bit to spool. But once it spools, it's a rocket, but you're only running like 5 pounds of boost. So you're like, and then you just cap.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Or you lose thrust in rocket terms.
Thrust, yeah. I
because
mean,
he's a rocket. Yes.
Yeah.
right. I mean, it's tough. Rockets have to work directly against gravity. They're going straight up, so they
Yeah,
can only go so
definitely.
fast.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
And
Gravity.
because And because of this lack of initial get off and lack of top speed, I don't think he can really serve as a ball hawking safety. And then the last con I have for him is it doesn't really look like he's in full control of his limbs when he's in coverage.
Yeah.
He's not very sticky. It's like he's so long and powerful, he hasn't grown into his body yet. And that's why he fell down to 4 for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it looks like he should be faster with his long, wiry build. And I agree with Carson that I don't think he should be playing free safety in the NFL. He looks less comfortable roaming out there in the deep. He looks lost out in space.
Oh.
Sorry. Until he finds a target to lock onto and crash down on as soon as the ball arrives. I think he's good at that. But he doesn't play with that on his toes, bouncy, hover, nice, with the direction of the play until he's ready to explode type of style. Explode, damn it. Apollo.
He's a homing missile.
He's a homing missile, yes.
homing
He
missile.
plays more like, just give me somebody to chase and I'll go tackle them. As far as anything else, I'm confused.
Yeah.
He also... he mostly lined up as a box safety, especially in 2024 and 2025.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that versatility, but that's fine because that's where I'd want to play him anyways.
Yeah, definitely. Comps.
Trayvon Merrick. This one, taller,
Yeah.
slender safety who is known for his tackling. He can cover a little bit too, like maybe some tight ends thanks to his length. But if he lines up at slot cornerback across from a tight end, but he's known as a fast crashing safety. Just
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Emmanuel McNeil, EMW.
EMW. Yeah.
Integrity.
Integrity.
I'm surprised he didn't go with my comp, Key, and that's another hard-hitting safety with great length that just makes plays. Slightly slower version of Nick Emenward.
Yeah, another
me
guy
up.
who he looked like in college he didn't have control of his whole body.
Yeah.
But then in the
But
NFL,
turns out he's pretty good.
yeah, McDonald figured out how to use him.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think EMW needs the same thing to happen. He needs to go to the right system, and he can be great, but he's got to be in that right system.
Yeah, agreed. Our number 2 consensus ranked safety, we've got Dylan Thieneman from Oregon. He's 6 foot even, 201 pounds, 31 and 3/8 inch arms. In 2025, he played 15 games. He had 96 total tackles with 44 solo, 3.5 tackles for loss, 5 passes defended with 2 picks. He had 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumble recoveries. We all had him at 2. Kean, start us off.
Yeah, the guy who can give Bud Clark a real run for his money as the best ball hawking safety in this class, Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon.
True.
41-inch vertical jump and 4.35 40-yard dash. This guy has the range to break on passes in the air with great acceleration and speed, and that his combine just proved that.
He's an alien.
Yeah, he's an alien. More rocket stuff. He's a speedy tackler who drives in with a strong wrap up around the ball carrier's legs that looks almost impossible to escape. He does not slow down as he flies toward the ball carrier. 306 total tackles with an 11.5% missed tackle rate throughout his college career. He started 3 seasons, and he racked up 306 total tackles.
Monster.
Yeah.
And
Just-
8 picks to boot.
And 8 picks, yeah. And just an 8.3% missed tackle rate in 2025, which is even better. His play style, I would say, is jolty. He charges at wide receivers at the catch point and running backs in the run game. He wants to hit somebody with speed. He's got experience at free safety and box safety. He played most of his snaps at free safety in 23 and 24 at Purdue, and most of his snaps at box safety in 25 at Oregon. And, yeah, as I just said, he's a 3-year starter. 2 years at Purdue, 1 at Oregon. Anything else for pros?
Yeah, I like him that he just has a nose for the action. Always wants to be there. Big motor guy. He's versatile. Like you touched on his college production. I loved it too. I saw it too. Super impressive. The way he plays, it looks like he plays with such great instincts and just football smarts. He comes off as like a green dot type of player. Like he's just got that type of attitude and mentality and football IQ about him that it's hard not to love. And another little small thing that I noticed that I liked, and in contested catches, he's very good at targeting the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Like some guys just wildly swing their arms and punch at stuff and get penalties, but he's very good at targeting the ball.
Yeah, about that ball hawking ability that Keane talked about, he's very good at reading the quarterback's eyes, using instincts and coverage to jump and close on routes very quickly. Diagnoses of short plays, explodes downhill to make a stop, and then as a coverage safety and man, he looks like a corner. He has that low stance. He stays balanced in coverage. He mirrors the ball carriers to tackle, and then he's ready to take off in any direction in that low stance as well. And then once he's moving, he's very fast. But that takes me into my cons. Seems like he has a little bit slow of a first step and change direction, and his great speed has a little bit of build-up time. He doesn't have that instant trigger that I like to get downhill right away. It's like it builds up and then he's gone. Although his height and weight measure comparably to others, he just looked a little undersized on the field, and he seems a little bit undersized to take on bigger ball carriers or cover larger tight ends, even though he seems like he'd be good in man coverage. And then he has the instincts and the speed to be a ball hawking safety, but he lacks that receiver level ball skill that someone like Bud Clark, Kirby Joseph, Kalen Bullock have to go up and get it, challenge him at the catch point, and bring it down for a 50-50 ball. So, yeah.
Yeah, I another con. I mean, he doesn't have much experience at slot cornerback. I don't really care, but a lot of these guys do. And I agree with you. I asked the question here, does he have the short area quickness to change directions with a quicker wide receiver making a sharp cut? Because a lot of Thienemann's game is long speed converted into hard collisions and run defense or interceptions at the catch point or pass breakups at the catch point. So can he fight through the scrum in the box to still disrupt a play, or will he get blocked out? I kind of have fears that he's going to get blocked out if he gets down in there. I think he should be back at free safety where he can really be that rangy speed guy.
That's the biggest thing for me, too. You mentioned it. It's just near the line of scrimmage with bigger players. So, comps.
A greyhound. It's a small game hunting dog who was born to get out in the open and run fast. They reach the top speed around 45 to 47 miles per hour.
That's fast.
That's fast.
I got two comps for this guy, neither of which play his position.
Okay.
The first one, he seems like a Carson Schweisinger if he played safety.
Sure,
which
yeah,
he did
yeah.
at one point. I think he's a safety convert.
Yeah,
he is.
But he seems that similar play style and mentality. And then for the one that I really love, athletic, tough, instinctive safety that's just lacking some size and instant trigger, which this guy had the same problem. So my comp for him is a corner that has played safety because of his similar instincts and coverage, his playmaking ability, and his lack of trigger. He went to safety for a little bit. Now he's a corner, and they're actually the same size, and that is Cooper DeJean.
That's
White
good.
guys.
That's good.
Yeah. And Keenan hates Oregon, guys. Keenan has him at number
Has him
two.
at two.
That says
I
something.
like Thienemann.
Yeah, that's good.
I
Yep.
like Thienemann.
Let's get to our number one consensus ranked safety in this 2026 NFL draft. We got Caleb Downs from Ohio State, 6 foot even, 206 pounds with 30 and a quarter inch arms. In 2025, he played 14 games. He had 68 total tackles, 45 solo, 5 tackles for loss, 2 passes defended, 2 picks, 2 forced fumbles, and 0 fumble recoveries. We all, of course, had him at our number one spot. Big, capital letters, motor guy. Big motor guy. Puts in a lot of effort, on every single play.
Watch your mouth.
I love that he makes the biggest impact around the line of scrimmage. He's not afraid to dish some contact while helping in run support. He lays some big hits and is a strong tackle finisher too. I like his body control. I think it's very solid. Change of direction quickness is impressive. And his instincts and football smarts are, of course, there also. Cap it for me. He closes on the ball carrier and or receiver very quickly to limit the yak or rush yards, whichever it is. He does a really good job at anticipating and taking the best line to limit that yards after catch.
I agree with everything you said. The biggest thing for this guy that I love is versatility. He's got that downhill hitter mentality, playing the box and being an asset near the line of scrimmage, like you said. Quickly diagnoses screen plays, other quick passes, and closes ground quickly to lay the boom.
Yeah.
Just like you said, quickness and burst, instincts to play in coverage. He can do it all. And then just overall great play processing to get him in position to make a play.
Yeah. Cody said he likes him around the line of scrimmage. I really do too. Either box safety or slot corner, but as Carson said, he can do it all.
Yeah.
I think this guy can really help out in run defense. Yeah. And that's not all. This guy has been projected to be a top pick since after his freshman year.
Yeah.
This guy has been very hyped up. Josh Downs' younger brother. just absolutely textbook tackler who drives his shoulder forward and wraps up like a slap bracelet like Arvell Reese. Or sorry, I said like the slap bracelet. That is Arvell Reese.
Yes.
Most times. He almost looks like a linebacker, both with his kind of stature and build and with his ability to take down running backs behind the line of scrimmage. He's only 206, but the dude is jacked. He's yoked.
Similar to Arvell Reese and Hawley's Ohio State guy.
Yeah, these guys are just got to be on PEDs. I think he's great at reading plays, staying on his toes, reacting nearly immediately to go get in on the action, whether that be reading the quarterback's eyes as he roams in zone coverage or diagnosing a run play and taking the perfect line to go tackle the running back. This guy's got it all, and it was tough to find cons for him. One of the only ones that I could find is that he lacks length, so for him to make plays on the football when he covers like a bigger, more athletic tight end with a good set of hands, it's going to be tough for him. And I think if he plays slot corner in the NFL, I don't know if he has the super flashy long speed to stick with a wide receiver vertically down the field, but I don't know if anybody's going to want to try to test him because this guy has proven that he can do everything in college. So those are really nitpicks.
I agree. I don't have very many cons, but it's for us to all rank him number one. That's a tall task because, like I said in previous episode, our rankings are all over the board, and for us to have him one as the consensus, you got to be damn good. But getting into these nitpicking cons, sometimes I think he plays too downhill, and he's not really patient enough, which is really hard to make that a con. But it's like sometimes he's so eager to get to the ball, he can get caught down all in the mumbo jumbo, have the perfect angle, then the running back hit a jump cut or something and go out and around him while he's stuck in between blockers, which you can't knock him for that because it's like he filled a hole. But it's just he's filling the hole and doing his job. But he came downhill so hard. It's like maybe he was supposed to be the last line of defense, kind of like hovering back there waiting for it to develop. But like I said, really nitpicking. And then you touched on it briefly. I think that in coverage, he lacks ball skills and ball tracking to be a ball hawking safety. Yeah. But you're not going to be asking him to do that with all the other skills he brings to the table. So
yeah, that's really the only biggest nitpick I got too is exactly what you just said. He can come into that backfield hot, and you can't exactly what you said. You cannot knock him because he makes up for it. Like all his other great plays he makes up for it. But yeah, he can get in there hot and get burned.
Dude loves the mumbo jumbo.
Loves the mumbo jumbo. Loves the muck.
Yeah. Yes. And going back to the ball hawking thing, another reason that's not a con is because this guy is the perfect guy to pair up with a ball hawk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this guy and Xavier Watts, it'd be amazing. This guy and Xavier McKinney, this guy and
Dylan
Kirby
Thieneman.
Joseph, all these guys, it'd be amazing. This guy and Bud Clark, draft them both Falcon style, it'd be great.
I just hate to see a team try to make him that. Because that's going to take away from other parts of his game. And is it going to work? Maybe. I mean, he's incredibly athletic, but do we want it to? I don't.
No, I want him around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Comps.
He's an amoeba. So
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, science.
Yeah, I learned in biology class in high school that an amoeba is a single-celled eukaryotic microorganism. Sure. I didn't remember that. I had to Google.
Well, yeah. But it lit the light bulb back
Right,
up.
yes.
Right.
But it's known for its constantly changing shape. It uses projections called pseudopodia to move and engulf bacteria, algae, and other microorganisms all over the place. This is like Caleb Downs because he can play at multiple different positions in multiple different roles on defense and still shut down almost anybody on offense on any given play.
True.
This guy's that good.
I like that.
So, because he's so damn good, I couldn't come up with any amazing comps for him, but I did try. So, right off the rip, his downhill playstyle and aggressiveness, I saw just a touch of Troy Polamalu.
Ooh.
That's true.
I don't think he has quite that fast of a trigger that Troy did.
Yeah.
Or quite the hair on fire playmaking ability.
Yeah.
But
he just doesn't have the hair either.
That's
true.
straight
No
up
one
hair.
has
I saw a
the
little
hair.
bit about that. Just now I thought of a little bit of a Kean comp. He
Ayo.
keeps comping these foods like Peter Woods, rotted cheese, all this stuff. Caleb Downs is like a fine wine. Like the wine's good at first,
Yeah.
but then as it gets older, it gets better and it holds its value, maybe even increases in value, just as he did throughout his college career.
Yeah.
Another comp.
Actually, he's a hard hitter. I think I'd call it a well-aged bourbon.
Ooh.
It feels like that
That's
hits
better.
a little harder.
That's better,
yeah.
yes.
I like it.
Yes. American made.
Comes out of a barrel.
Yeah.
Next comp, hard-hitting safety that can play anywhere, although he excels in using instincts near the line of scrimmage. I think he's a more explosive Jaquan Brisker.
Hey, okay.
And then I've also seen Eric Berry And I think that may be a better comp, but his career was in my earlier years, so I barely remember him. I mostly just played with him in video games more than anything.
Yeah, he was always like 90+ overall.
Yeah, so I mean, I believe it. He was a stud on the Chiefs for a long time, but
True.
yeah, so
I
stud.
like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Special shout-outs.
Yeah, I got one. There's just something about these Arizona guys this year that I like. I like Genesis Smith as my safety 5. Out of Arizona again. 6'2", 202, 32.5-inch arms. I think he's got smooth, striding, long speed that allows him to run alongside receivers down the field, a lot like Traden Stukes, his teammate. He's not afraid to change directions or change speeds as he reacts to a developing play. He's got some pretty impressive movement ability for a safety with his length. I think he's great at twisting his hips and torso while sprinting down the field to track deep balls, and then he gets his hands up to disrupt the pass. The dude is like sprinting backwards, and he's at the same time twisted. Mm-hmm. So I got pretty impressed by those plays. He's got 5 forced fumbles over his 2 years as a college starter. I think he rips at the football both in run defense and at the catch point. He's not afraid to shoot into the backfield on run defense. He just might need help from his teammates to prevent the running back from gaining any extra yards because he's not the strongest and not the best tackler. I'll get into that with his cons. He runs a long way real fast to get into some plays. It would be fun to watch his GPS tracking during any given play to see how far he actually runs because this guy he's like one of the guys who he starts in this corner and he's going to end up in this corner and somehow end up in the play. He's got experience at free safety, slot corner, and box safety. And I just like him best as a speedy, wiry free safety who roams out in center field and can run with the faster wide receivers to contest deep passes. Anything you guys want to add pros-wise?
I agree. I like him as a free safety because in zone coverage, the biggest thing that I loved about the guy is his instincts to read the quarterback and just go make a play on the ball.
100% agree.
Yeah, I've got some pretty drastic cons for him. This safety class I don't think is very good. I think Thieneman and Downs are Downs is obviously in a tier of his own. I think Thieneman's pretty close behind him, and then I think there's a
gap.
There's a gap, yeah. So he has a 20.1% missed tackle rate over his college career, which is terrible.
Yeah,
so
that's really bad.
1 out of every 5 tackle attempts, he's just going to miss or fall off a guy. Over his 2 full years of starting, he missed 33 tackles total. And there are some tackle attempts where he literally only grabs at the ball or the ball carrier's arms, and he slows down to do it, which almost completely stops all of his own forward momentum. And there are other tackle attempts where he grabs the ball carrier and just tries to whip him around in a circle in hopes that he can throw him onto the ground like one of those spinny things. Like, you spin it fast enough and the kids are going to fly off. He doesn't pull the ball carrier into his chest to wrestle him down. And I think that's because he lacks strength and he doesn't have a very compact build. The best aspects of his game relate to his length and speed, so he will never be the hard-hitting safety who excels around the line of scrimmage. And his short area quickness doesn't gain him much oomph.
Yeah.
It's just more long speed, and I guess I've just kind of, I've just kind of gravitated toward. There we go. Gravity.
Ooh.
Rockets.
Lack of.
Boom. Lack of. Yeah.
Yes. I've gravitated toward, I guess, the ballhawks more so in this class for some reason. And I loved Xavier Watts last year. And Xavier Watts had a nice rookie year. Mm-hmm. So I guess now in my head I'm like, man, I like ballhawks. Subconsciously. I didn't mean to do this. But I did like the athleticism of Genesis Smith was intriguing to me.
Yeah, I agreed with both your comps. I think his change of direction takes some time and his turns are rounded. And then I saw that missed tackle rate on film without even knowing the missed tackle rate. It just seems like he's an inconsistent tackler and he lacks play strength and run support. So I agree with everything you said.
Yep. Anyone you want to shout out?
Oh, wait, I have a comp.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad. Compliment.
I don't know if you've ever watched videos of this guy, but he's the freeze guy of the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
The guy who dresses up like Frozone from The Incredibles and races regular people around the warning track between innings. He gives them a huge head start and still usually beats them. And watching Genesis Smith's film in the overhead view shows how quickly he can close a gap and really reminds me of the freeze gaining on regular people like it's nothing.
Yep, I like that.
So my shout out is shockingly a safety from Penn State.
Yeah, what? I cannot believe this.
I always hate Penn State guys.
Yeah.
But that's Zakee Wheatley, my safety number 5, Kean's safety number 9. And for me, like a Penn State guy, like I said, it takes a lot. This guy's 6'3", 203 pounds with 31-inch arms at the safety position. He's got lots of length. So as a Penn State fan, to me, it seems like he's always had the instincts and he always has a nose for being in the play. Seems like every time I watch Penn State, he's one of the playmakers on defense. It's like, dang, that guy's there again. And I've been watching him for a while now. I remember last year I was like, who's this safety or corner or whoever he is that keeps making plays? Like, I want to scout him and get some more of him. And now he's finally here. So long and rangy safety, super bursty through the line of scrimmage as a blitzer and gets to the running back for a loss. Flies through the line without any concern for getting hit or blocked or anything. Strong and consistent tackler despite his slender build. He uses all 203 pounds of him to wrap up guys, and then he's aggressive and stands his ground to reliably fill holes in the run game. Reminds me of a linebacker in that aspect. He has no fear coming up into the hole, breaking down, and filling that spot to do his role for the defense. Any pros for you, Ken?
Yeah. Despite his slender frame, the dude tackles, like you said. 170 total tackles over his 2 years as a starter, which is like 85 tackles a year as a safety. Very impressive.
Yeah.
And he might miss tackles sometimes, but he's not afraid to get down in the muck and make an attempt. There's no hesitation or let up as he moves toward the ball carrier.
Getting into cons, he struggles to make turns at times with his speed carrying him so fast in one direction. It's like he can't turn. Kind of like a car when you're like flying in the dark. You don't see the turns coming up and you just, you gotta rip it, but oversteer and you take the ditch. That's kind of like him. He flies into blockers and he misses the hole. He has more build-up speed than instant burst. His speed's good once he gets there, but he doesn't have that quick trigger that you love to see. And then he doesn't have elite ball skills of an interception creating safety, which even though he's long and rangy, once he's back there, he doesn't locate the ball well or make a play on it well either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude is a box safety in a free safety's body. And I have fears. He misses some tackles. 31 missed tackles over his 2 years as a starter, just like Genesis Smith. And I saw the bad angles too. The bad angles show up both in coverage and run defense. And sometimes he takes a bad angle of ball carrier. Now, fast. He takes it fast. And he tries to grab on with his hands or basically wave as he runs by. He can't always hang on. He's not the ball tracker that you would hope for, as Carson said. Just only 6 pass deflections total in his college career. He wants to play more in the box because he's definitely more comfortable down there. But I don't know if coaches and GMs in the NFL are going to see the film of his tackles that ball carriers can break and be like, okay, you're stuck with an aggressive long safety who is too weak to consistently bring down stronger running backs, yet he's not a good tracker of the football through the air when he's back at free safety, so I don't really know what we have here. I think that, I mean, obviously, he had 170 tackles, so it's not like he's missing every single tackle. I just think that his weakness is his weakness, and that he's a longer guy, more length than strength. So I think he can build strength. There's definitely he can put a lot of meat on them bones. So I think he can get there because he has the downhill mindset that Genesis Smith does not.
Sure,
These guys these guys are built like almost exactly the same, but they think almost exactly opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he's kind of a awkward tweener at the safety position, but I think I kind of fell in love with him for that reason. Because like you said, the guys like Genesis Smith, they aren't willing to do what he does, but I feel like he can still like learn to play better in the secondary and have that ability. Whereas I feel like it's harder to teach guys to have that downhill mindset. So I think I just saw the potential for him, and that kind of shows in my comp. But would you like to lead?
Yeah, and one more thing. I think I have no cons about his athleticism. I think the athleticism is there. It's just that the slip-ups are things that are not athletically related. So I think the potential is there, like you said. My comp for him is an evil octopus with no suction cups on his tentacles pulling somebody under the water. When I watch Wheatley make a tackle, I see his length really wrap around the ball carrier's waist like tentacles. It's like, but if he's getting stiff-armed or dragged, those suction cupless tentacles can only hold on for so long before they slip right off.
I like that.
So, like I said, I really love the guy, and I had a hard time coming up for a comp with him. I hesitate to share this.
Oh, okay.
But at one point, I was strongly considering making my comp for him a detuned Kyle Hamilton.
Whoa!
No, I didn't. But he has the length, he has the athleticism, he has the downhill mentality, he has the size to cover tight ends. He has it all. He just needs to refine it. And I see a little bit of Kyle Hamilton in him with the versatility, but I didn't go there because it's such a long shot and he's a long ways away.
He ain't detuned. That's Kyle Hamilton with no tune.
Yeah, exactly. This is carbureted Kyle Hamilton.
Carbureted Kyle.
You got kickstart.
Yeah, kickstart Kyle. Yeah. So what I ended up going with, I saw Kirby Joseph for a second just because of the build, but then once I saw the lack of ball tracking, I was like, can't go there.
Nope.
So I was like, who's kind of a longer like tackler in the NFL? And I still struggle. I eventually landed on Cameron Curl.
Sure.
I don't
okay.
really love it because
Yeah.
I think his potential is higher. I think Cameron Curl's more of a safer prospect, but yeah, Zakee Wheatley, I like him for what he is and what he can be.
Sure.
Sure.
And that's how I feel about Genesis Smith, just for the opposite play style.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Kamari Ramsey. He is 6 foot even, 202 pounds, 30 and 5/8 arms. I like him because he's like the old school type of safety that can play various safety positions. Decently sized. He plays really calm and cool while he's assessing. It's like he is like a scanner and then is a heat-seeking missile. He is calm and cool. He's assessing, and then once he locks onto his target, he looks to dish some punishment, and I love that. Very strong tackle finisher, and he's super competitive at the catch point. I love that too. Anything you guys want to add to?
Only a 3.2% missed tackle rate in 2025. That is insane. That's
He's a
the lowest
tackler.
we've talked about
Wow.
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that too. I said he's a good open field tackler. He has the ability to come down and lay the boom,
Yeah.
or he can just reliably wrap up. It doesn't matter. He has good trigger and burst to close downhill, make a play on the ball, and then wrap up like I just talked about. He feels like the do-it-all, like not quite boring, but like boring, versatile, do-it-all, safety of the class.
Yeah.
He just seems like almost your average Joe of safeties. It's like he can play all over the field with strength and run support, or he can use decent speed and instincts in the secondary. Whatever you ask him to do, he'll do it. He won't be a huge difference maker, but he's like a guy that you're going to look at and be like, I can rely on him for 5 tackles a game, no missed tackles, no interceptions, no forced fumbles, but he's going to do his job, nothing more, and he's not going to lose us the game.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to include him, just for that reason. If you want your reliable guy that's going to make a difference and lay the boom in the middle there and can play any safety position, Kamari Ramsey's your guy. For cons, I thought his change of direction is like, I called it clunky. It's not really super smooth. It's just a little clunky. That kind of goes along with like the old school type that I talked about. Like, it's not some of these new guys that look like liquid when they're turning around and changing direction, just smooth. His quickness to me is just kind of average. I kind of saw he doesn't really come downhill to meet the rush as fast as he comes to meet a receiver in the middle. He's slightly more hesitant or something there coming down to the line of scrimmage. But I think super talented route runners are going to give him issue too. I don't know if he quite has the quickness to stay locked on to those talented route runners.
Completely agree. I think his quickness and long speed are both average at best.
Yeah.
His ability to close gaps and crash down on receivers does not happen as quickly as other safeties, especially like other safeties in this class that we just watched recently. It seems to be often that he's a step too late and he appears to take off on time, but he's hampered by his poor acceleration. As our dad would say, he, quote, runs too long in one place.
Yeah.
I also think he lacks the length to make up for it, so he allows just too many catches for my liking. I think with that poor acceleration, he's got to improve his play recognition so that he can start moving in the direction of the play earlier than everybody else, or he will get burned in the NFL.
Sure.
Anything else, Carson?
I think part of that reason is I have that he plays upright as a coverage safety. He doesn't look like he's low in his stance, ready to go. Then just not to keep hitting the average nail on the head, but here I go. I said he has just above average, slightly more generous.
Nice.
Speed, burst, and smoothness.
Sure.
His downhill burst, I think, is much quicker than his lateral burst. It's like he comes downhill much quicker to meet someone than he does like range across the field, get to a pass, all that. And then I think his change of direction abilities in the short area is the same as his lateral burst. It's just 1 or 2 steps below his downhill burst.
Any comps?
Yes. He's your employee who shows up late to work almost every day, but you can't really fire him because he can do so many different jobs and becomes almost essential if one of your better employees has to miss a day of work. Like this guy, this guy can step in and he can actually like play a role. Like he was productive at USC and at UCLA. So it's not like he was bad. It's just that he's average Joe. This guy, jack of all trades, master of none.
So true. Don't have a comp, but I have a little Kean comp here I just thought of. He's like the Mac Jones of safeties.
Yeah.
Not quite good enough to be a starter, but you know exactly what you're getting when you put him in the game.
And definitely not the best athlete either.
Yeah. And he's not going to earn a starting job. Right. He might win you a playoff game, maybe.
Yeah.
But he's also not going to let you have a losing record. It's like a Steelers quarterback.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is perfect for the Steelers, I guess.
Yeah, all right. I think that wraps this episode up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in to all of our draft rankings episodes. We really appreciate it. Let us know what you guys think, and stay tuned for our next episode. That'll be our mock draft.
Oh,
baby.
and we'll do a quick
my guys.
We'll do a quick my guys
we'll
episode.
Do my guys episode
We've
too.
already most likely talked about all of our my guys, so we're just gonna
throw them a highlight.
Yeah, throw a little elevator pitch of each one, why we like them, why we consider them a my guy. Yeah, and then mock draft, long 3-round mock draft you don't want to miss.
Definitely don't want to miss it. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for my guys. NFL draft is right around the corner. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next episode.